Right, let's bring you the latest transfer news now. You can see Mark McAdam has rejoined me. Mark,
let's start, though, on Hugo Ekitike. Mark, this is an option for United. Any more than that? How concrete is this?
Yeah, well, we know that Manchester United are in the market for a number 9. Rasmus Højlund being linked potentially with a move back to Italy or Saudi Arabia. As far as he's concerned, he wants to stay and fight for his place, but will he have to fight for his place against maybe one of these two players? Hugo Ekitike nearly joined the Premier League a couple of years ago. Newcastle very interested in him. Had a phenomenal campaign last year at Eintracht Frankfurt. 34 goals and assists in 48 games, really showing the type of form that encouraged PSG to sign him not that long ago. He's now the main man, which is what he needed. Didn't get game time in France, but he's getting game time in Germany. There's been initial talks between Manchester United and Frankfurt. No formal bid as of yet, but United just exploring their options as to whether he may be the right type of number 9 for them. We're told that personal terms won't be a problem if he decided to go to Manchester United. But of course, Manchester United have an extensive list.
54 goals in 52 games. It's quite staggering numbers, isn't it? It really is. But look, when Ruben Amorim arrived at Manchester United, we were talking about Gyokeres. There's contact via his intermediaries, but I don't know. This is an interesting one here. There's talk about this €100 million release clause. Gyokeres has then gone to social media basically saying don't believe all you read. But the two clubs you keep hearing, Manchester United, Arsenal, but then Arsenal
themselves to say, I tell you what, if I go to Manchester United with all those players, we'll definitely be in Europe.
Get the old Sky remote, go back to Mbeumo. We rewind it a little bit because they could be having that conversation. Yeah. Thomas Frank, you are in the Champions League with me. Anyway, that's for 7.
Ooh, nice tease.
Little tease there.
We've got a whole hour with these two. To a player who's certainly proved he can hack it in the Premier League already. Bryan Mbeumo, what a season he had for Brentford. Will he be following his boss, Thomas Frank, out of the club, though? Could he be heading to either Tottenham or Manchester United this summer? We'll get the Spurs angle shortly, Michael. Let's start with you, Mark. Manchester United, long link with Bryan Mbeumo. Now they have competition for him. How confident will they be that they can sign him?
Well, they'll be really confident because there's been other Premier League sides that have also shown an interest in Bryan Mbeumo as well. And actually, he's turned them down to join Manchester United. So the late interest from Tottenham is a spanner in the works, but I don't think it will disrupt this potential deal. Manchester United, as far as they're concerned, are relaxed about the current situation. They believe that Bryan wants to join them in Old Trafford, so therefore they're confident, comfortable and relaxed with regards to his stance. You have to remember that Manchester United last week had their initial and first bid rejected by Brentford, which we understand to be a total of £55 million. Brentford looking for upwards of £60 million. So they're not a million miles away. You'd imagine that a second offer, which we said last week on Sky Sports News was being prepared, will be a lot closer to what Brentford are looking for. Bryan Mbeumo has 1 year left on his Brentford contract with a club option additional year. So essentially he's got a 2-year deal left. So it is going to be a sizable fee that Manchester United are going to have to pay. However, he's not the only target they're looking at. They would be naive if they were to only put all their eggs in one basket, because things change in football and things change very quickly, as Michael knows. So therefore, they do have other options, but right now, it looks like it's going to be a Manchester United situation for Bryan Mbeumo.
Spurs' interest, just a spanner in the works, to quote Mr McAdam. Does Thomas Frank's arrival
don't quote me.
Change that?
Well, let me just say, you know, Spurs and Brentford have had very good negotiations over the last 10 days or so, and we've been reporting day after day on Thomas Frank's appointment at Tottenham Hotspur. That was never in doubt, and I'm sure people were bored of me saying it every day. But what I kept stressing was